As the families of those 6 hostages whose bodies were recovered from Gaza mourn their deaths, the families of 101 other hostages, including 7 Americans, are pushing for a deal to get the remaining captives released. Joining us now is Hannah Siegel. Her uncle, Keith Siegel, is an American hostage being held by Hamas. Her aunt, Aviva Siegel, was held for 52 days and released in a deal last November. Hannah, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us on Labor Day. Really appreciate it. As you know, of course, and over this holiday weekend, we learned about the bodies of those 6 hostages being recovered. I can't imagine what that was like for those families and for families like yours still waiting. How did you find out, and what are you thinking and feeling?
Yeah, it's, this past 11 months has been a really unique nightmare. This past weekend, I actually was at a wedding and got a call right after the ceremony ended, giving me the news that this had happened, the news that Keith wasn't on the list of hostages who had been killed, but that Hirsch, an American whose parents my family and I have been working, advocating with for months, was. And it's devastating. It's incredibly discouraging. We're coming up on the year anniversary of October 7th. And I think for all of us, we never imagined we'd be here.
And I know you were, Hannah, part of a meeting yesterday, right, with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and other White House officials and a lot of families like you of American hostages in Gaza. What were your biggest takeaways from that meeting?
I think, first of all, Jake Sullivan and his team, President Biden, they've given us extraordinary support, access, transparency, and as much information as they possibly can. So I'm very grateful and also not surprised that they were willing to talk with us yesterday. They continue to push for a deal. They continue to be our biggest champion, and I trust them in their commitment. I think the hard part is we're trying to make this deal. They are trying to make this deal between a terrorist group, Hamas, and a Prime Minister, Netanyahu, whose political future depends on continuing this war. And so, in my view, we don't have 2 sides that are operating in good faith. And that puts the United States, Qatar, Egypt, and all of the other players who are really working to try and get Keith and the other hostages home in an extremely difficult position.
Yeah, and I wonder, Hannah, your aunt was released last fall. We mentioned this. A deal was negotiated then to get hostages out. Do you think that is the only way right now that the remaining hostages come home?
It's really hard to think about. Aviva was released in November, and that was the biggest sign of hope for my family and for everybody else. However, it's been months and months of trying to get a deal, trying to iron out these details, and we just don't have time. We don't have time. And so while I have such trust and gratitude towards the Biden administration, I worry that this process isn't working, and I worry that we need to step back and try something else.
What does that something else look like? Do you have any idea?
I'm not a negotiator. I'm not a member of the National Security Council. I think that the Biden administration takes their responsibility to get the 7 Americans home very, very seriously, as well as the 101 hostages. And I think we have to think about, if the larger deal remains elusive, and unfortunately it's beginning to feel like we're doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for different results, what can we do to get at least some people home? What can we do to break the logjam? I don't know exactly what that is. I do know, this is something that Jake talks about with us openly. They are exploring every possible avenue, but at this moment, from my perspective, it's very hard to have faith in the process that's happening.
It's hard to hear that from you. And it sounds like what you're saying, Hannah, is that you're not sure that even this moment, this weekend, with 6 people dead, is the moment that breaks the logjam and gets people to come to the table.
I hope it is. I hope it is. And I know John Hirsch's father spoke about this when he spoke at Hirsch's funeral earlier today, saying maybe this is the thing. Maybe your death isn't in vain. It's the thing that pushes us forward towards peace and towards the hostages coming home. And I hope it is. I mean, the most encouraging thing I've seen all weekend are the hundreds of thousands of people that have taken to the streets in Israel in support of bringing these hostages home. It's something that Americans agree needs to happen, Israelis agree needs to happen, Congress agrees needs to happen. I mean, how many things can you say that about these days? And so I really do hope this is the moment that pushes the process forward and breaks the logjam. But, you know, optimism is hard to come by after this weekend. Yeah.
Hannah Siegel, it's really good to have you with us. I really appreciate your time on the holiday. Thank you.
Kate.
Best to you. We'll be thinking of you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.